Hi everyone, welcome to the short midweek 5-minute talk. Have you ever noticed how when people get older, their memories get worse? You laugh sometimes that when people forget something, that, oh, you're getting old now. And yet, don't we all also have memory problems? When we look around us and we feel sad and we think, God, what are you doing? Why aren't you answering these prayers? Aren't we suffering from a memory problem? When we walk away from God, aren't we suffering from a memory problem? The reading today comes from Psalm 78, and it's looking at this problem of memory the Israelites had. While they were in the desert, they often rebelled and made God sad. They kept testing him and caused terrible pain for the Holy One of Israel. They forgot about his power and how he had rescued them from their enemies. They had a memory problem. As they were walking in the desert, maybe for those 40 years, they forgot all that God had done for them. They forgot how powerful their Father was in heaven. And as they forgot, they started to wander away and lose their faith. The psalmist reminds them what God had done. God showed them all kinds of wonderful miracles near Zoan in Egypt. He turned rivers of Egypt into blood so that nobody could drink from the streams. He sent swarms of flies to pester the Egyptians, and he sent frogs to cause them trouble. God let the worms and the grasshoppers eat their crops. He destroyed their grapevines and their fig trees with hails and floods. Then he killed their cattle with hail and their other animals with lightning. God was so angry and furious that he went into a rage, and he caused them great trouble by sending swarms of destroying angels. God gave in to his anger and slaughtered them in a terrible way. He killed the firstborn son of each Egyptian family. When the Israelites had been slaves in Egypt, God had sent Moses to the leader of Egypt, the Pharaoh, with a message, let my people go. And again, the Pharaoh refused to let the Egyptians leave. He refused to give up his servants, and so again and again God showed his power by sending these plagues. The plague of blood, the plague of flies, the plague of hail, and finally, the plague of death, where the firstborn in every family died. God had showed his power to the Egyptians and to the Israelites. And after they left Egypt, God showed his power again and again. When the Egyptians were chasing them, God parted the sea so that the Israelites could walk through on dry ground. And as soon as the last Israelite was through, the Red Sea swallowed up the Egyptians that followed. He showed them his love in the desert by sending them bread from heaven day after day. He showed his love again when he made water come out of the rock when they complained that they were thirsty. Throughout their time in the desert, God had provided for them, provided safety, provided food, provided water. And yet the Israelites forgot. They grumbled, they complained. They wanted to go back to Egypt where they'd been slaves. They forgot about all the punishments that they endured. They only remembered having food in their stomachs. So often we forget the things that we should remember, and we remember the things that we should forget. We remember the pain instead of healing and looking for forgiveness. We remember the pleasure of sin instead of remembering the pain that it causes God and our guilt and shame when we make the mistakes again and again. We remember things of this world, but so often we forget our God in heaven. In these days when we suffer from disease of COVID, suffer from flooding, suffer from many other afflictions, we need to remember God. We need to remember that God is for us. Because God is for us, nobody can be against us. We need to remember that God loves us and he hears our prayers and he's waiting for us to pray to him. And we need to remember that God has a place with him prepared for us in heaven. Let us remember God each day.